The women came prepared with your books over here. You speak about the art of happiness and the pursuit of happiness, and that is just a basic human desire. But then you also talk about the need for inner restraint, which I would say to you we have not been exercising well given the world condition. So I just wanted to ask you...
Discipline. Yes.
I wanted to ask you to talk more about that inner restraint, that goal of inner restraint.
Oh. I think usually I say self-discipline. Discipline not imposed by some higher authority. No. That kind of discipline is really oppressive. Now here, I think most cases, the spiritual sort of discipline, and also in the society, discipline means some kind of protection of oneself. Now some people who have because of the high blood pressure, then doctor suggested you should avoid certain sort of things, types of food, and then restrain. That's not that's the self-discipline for sake of your own interest. Your tongue may want to say something, but use here, this is not good for my health. So then discipline. So that's self-discipline, not imposing by someone. From outside, like that. So that's self-discipline. Something else. Now, now I think problem. We usually, take like anger, fear, jealousy, suspicion. These things we take for granted. Part of normal mind. Then sometimes circumstances also causing more anger, more suspicion, more fear. And if you take for granted, not because of that. That is 자신실지잖아.
So if you treat this occurrence of these negative and destructive emotions to be simply just natural thing,
then because of the circumstances, these negative emotion, then more often come. Eventually, the person's basic sort of nature, then becoming more
agitated.
Agitative. So therefore, part of our mind, compassion, love, forgiveness, these also part of our mind. So the negative emotion, because of the circumstances, is more often arise. Then under such circumstances, we must pay more attention about other aspect of our emotion, which is essentially counterbalance. So that's why I think those destructive emotion, restrain, try to minimize. And these, as a counterforce, these positive emotion, then deliberately should increase. Now, for example, the air controller is when more cold come, then the heat system should increase. Then become outside too hot, then inside also is too hot, then you should increase the cold temperature. Similarly, although these different emotions are part of our mind, but calculate some of these emotions are very harmful, not only disturb our peace of mind, but also very much harmful for our health, body health. Constant fear, constant anger, hatred. Actually, some scientists mentioned to me these some emotions such as hatred, fear, actually eating our immune system. So like compassion, these is the emotion, very, very useful, maintain our immune system. Some cases even increasing. I think that's quite logical. I think our body, originally our body used to come through, grown up in the atmosphere of mother's care, mother's affection, and also family member. If everybody take affection, show affection, take care, the children grown very well. Sometimes there's a danger to spoil. But of course we can make correction nicely. So you see, these children are bodily much healthier, particularly the brain much more healthy. So those children who grown up cold atmosphere or beating, abuse, then very difficult. Then these children, and the rest of their life becoming some kind of person. You see, no feeling at all others' pain, others' suffering. Then these often can manipulate. Give some money and go to kill that person. They will do, because no feeling of others' pain. Isn't it? Like that. So therefore, discipline, self-discipline, out of reasons, out of, now, there are, contradictions. Short-term interest, short-term desire, long-term interest. So sometimes there are contradictions, conflict. So then we have to take seriously the long-term consequences. For that reason, some short-term, even though you want, but self-discipline. So actually, protection of your own happiness. So no contradiction. So no contradiction, isn't it? I think put self-discipline. Discipline, just word discipline. Then there are other discipline imposed by other force. That's really terrible.